Kids these days, accepting their queerness, being tolerant of each other's gender identities. It just delights the hell out of me. Like the most aggressive allyship. I love it. Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we're going to be taking a look at r/wholesome memes. I actually had a different video prepared to do today, and I was getting ready to record it, and then I just really wanted to do wholesome memes instead. I was just feeling wholesome memes today, so we're gonna do that instead. So yay! Very quickly before I begin, I just wanted to mention, as always, I will be live on Thursday at 7 PM UK time, so come check that out, or equally you can catch the video of it on my YouTube live channel, Blue the Nerd Live, the next day. It's always a good time, so come check it out. Other than that, let's get into the subreddit, shall we? Me, mental health. What if things really do get better? I can actually attest for the fact that things really do get better, guys. So I have depression and I have ADHD, and as someone who went through most of their life undiagnosed, I went through the whole of my school time undiagnosed with either of those things. It wasn't until college that I got diagnosed with depression, and it wasn't until this year that I got diagnosed with ADHD. Things do genuinely get better. Secondary school is rough for everyone, but when you're really struggling, they're kind of useless at actually helping you. But the thing that they avoid telling you, the thing that secondary schools like really avoid telling you, is that when it comes down to it, for the most part, that age of your life, everything you did in school at that time, pretty much none of it fucking matters. Like, genuinely. So as long as you get the grades you need to get into a college course you want, or an apprenticeship you want to do, or a job that you want to do, that's it. That's all that it matters. I basically got the bare minimum in secondary school doing my GCSEs. I got like 5 C's. That was all I needed to get the college course I needed. That was it. That's it. All I needed was the bare minimum. It gets better. You learn to cope with things. You meet people who understand you better, and you end up in an environment that isn't as toxic as secondary school is for people that are struggling. So genuinely, as someone who has been through it all, it gets better. Nessie, where are you? Hey Bob, where have you been, old friend? It's been so long. Nobody believes in me anymore, so I stayed away for a while. I believe in you, Nessie. I'll always believe in you. Thanks, Bob. That means a lot. I love Bob and Nessie. I just love that. That's just cute. And they made a second one, so we've also got the second one here. Hey, Bob, are you home? Hi, Nessie. Nice to see you. Do you still have that wooden thing that makes music? I sure do. Can you play my favorite song? Of course, old friend. I would watch The Adventures of Bob and Nessie as a cartoon any day. Make that into a TV show. Make that the new SpongeBob. I would watch that all day, every day, if it's just like little wholesome, like 1 to 2 minute snippets that come out every now and then. I'd love that. Bob and Nessie is just great. That's just great. A little wholesome friendship. In case you're having a bad day, I printed this special pot for my plant. It's a little Bulbasaur with a little plant in it. Honestly, this is a great idea, and I want, like, Leo has a lot of plants, and I think we should get like grass type Pokemon pots for all of them. I think that would be great. I think that's what we've got to do now. We've got to get Pokemon pots for all of our plants. When my entire family is home and everyone is eating, vibing, and having fun together. I honestly experienced this not that long ago. I visited my parents a little while ago, and my older sister and her husband were visiting down from America. So like the whole family was together. Leo was there with us, and we were all just having a really good time. It was just nice seeing everyone, being around family. Like, it was a really good time. And yeah, it's a nice experience. It was really good. And I hope everybody is able to experience something like that at some point. If you don't have blood family to experience with, you don't need blood family to have this experience, okay? If you have friends, if you've moved away and you have friends you haven't seen, or even if you have friends that you see all the time, just when you're meeting up with them one day, when you're all just vibing somewhere, just take a moment to just sit and enjoy and just like let that wash over you and just appreciate where you are and what you're experiencing, and it will make it so much better. It will just make it so much better. Wow, how did you get like that? Every time that I see my wife and feel my love for her grow, I do one push-up. Jesus Christ. I would do this for every time I see Leo. However, Leo actually prefers me being squishy and cuddly, so I have to stay squishy and cuddly for Leo's sake. I do the bare amount of exercise to be fit and not horrifically unhealthy, and I be squishy for Leo because he likes the squishy. So there you go. Otherwise, I would be jacked, because every time I see Leo and love Leo, I would just drop and do a push-up. It would be like when you're playing The Sims and two people are having a conversation and one of them just randomly starts doing push-ups. Teacher asks you to help the new kid catch up. New student does well on the first test. You do better than usual because you spent time teaching. Become friends with the new kid. There is like just only good things to happen here. This was just beneficial for everyone. You get a new friend. You do better. The student gets a new friend. They do better. Everyone is happy. Yay. I make my little sandwich. I place it on a shelf. And when it's time to eat, I thank my morning self. Thank you. Prepping lunches. I'm lazy sometimes. I won't lie. I don't always prep a good lunch. Quite often it's just like a bag of crisps and a pot noodle. But sometimes I prep like 4 tubs of egg fried rice and freeze them to take to work. And on those days, I am happy and I thank myself. Dad, what's for dinner? Whatever you want, Rory. But you've started making something. Never too late to start over. That's just a wholesome little interaction. I mean, like, as much as everyone would appreciate a dad this wholesome, I do understand that most parents wouldn't carry this view. Really good parents. I wouldn't criticize a parent for being like, I'm already making dinner, so this is what we're having, because dinner takes a lot of work. But like, this parent being extra wholesome is extra wholesome, and I appreciate that. When my friend whom I haven't talked to in a while sends me a meme, I'm still worthy. You know, I have a friend I haven't talked to in a while. I should send him a meme. This is a good reminder. If you have a friend you haven't talked to in a while, send them a meme. Tell them I sent you. Don't tell them I sent you. That would be really cringe. But do send them a meme. Oh, I don't want to do it. Imagine how nice it would be to not have to worry about it tomorrow. Honestly, changing your mindset to something like this is so beneficial, but it is difficult. Don't get me wrong. As someone with ADHD, I struggle to change my mindset into a view like this. But when I do, it does make my time so much better. It's really difficult to force yourself to do things, especially when you have something like ADHD, but like, it helps. So when you can do, you won't always be able to. I'm not always able to. I procrastinate stuff so often. I procrastinate recording YouTube videos and then spend most of my time off work editing because I procrastinated it. But genuinely, it will be beneficial if you're able to get over that procrastination. Honestly, it is. It makes your life better. You have more time to do the things you want to do. So yeah, but I totally understand when people aren't able to, because I'm not always able to. It's hard. Life is hard. Life is hard. Sometimes you want to just lie there and not do anything. And that's fine too. Just don't stress. Just don't stress, you know? Just don't stress is like the equivalent of when people would tell me like, oh, you're depressed, just cheer up. It helps no one. And the final post. Oh, whoa, my voice just died. There's a saying, money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy me things that make me happy, like cupcakes. Honestly, the phrase money can't buy you happiness I hate that phrase because it's like almost entirely just weaponized by people who have a comfortable amount of money against people who don't, that want to be comfortable. I understand that the origin of the phrase, I believe, was meant to be something along the lines of like, being exceedingly wealthy won't make you more happy than just being wealthy, which fine, I will fully accept that. However, being comfortable and not having to worry about your finances and not having to worry about whether you're going to be able to afford rent or electricity or food that month, you're gonna be naturally happier than if you're constantly anxious that you won't be able to afford things. So money kind of can buy you happiness if it's the difference between being stressed and living in poverty and being comfortable, you know? There's there's a big difference there. And also, yeah, like money can't buy me happiness, but you know what money can buy me? It can buy me these tiny little men made of plastic that I spend hours painting, and it brings me joy. So, you know, and with the price that Warhammer's reaching these days, that money makes a big difference. And that's where I'm gonna end the video, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. If you would like to support me in making more videos like this, and if you would like to support my little plastic man addiction, then I have a Patreon in the description down below. Or equally, you can click on that join button on my channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. A huge, massive special thank you to all of the wonderful YouTube members and patrons that do support my channel. It genuinely means an insane amount. I don't think people quite realize how much of a difference it makes, but like when it comes to the money I make on YouTube through ad revenue versus the money I make on YouTube from memberships and patrons, they're like equal. At least half of my money comes from patrons, and it's a much more constant supply of money, if that makes sense. It doesn't fluctuate based on views like ad revenue does, so it genuinely makes a huge difference. So I appreciate everyone that supports me. However, I'm going to keep making content regardless of whether people support me, because I like making it. So stick around whether you want to pay me or not, because you're gonna keep getting content. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.